Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my top spring fragrances for 2022. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on fragrance, beauty, self-care, and body care. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? I am so excited to have you here with me, and I appreciate all of the love and the support. With that said, let's get into today's video. All right, guys, so this is going to be my second top spring fragrances. I am pretty much cycling through videos that I did last year, so I don't want to be repetitive. So if you want to check out what my top spring fragrances were for last year, I'm going to be linking this video up here. I still love all of the fragrances that I mentioned in last year's video, and I actually have two that made it to this year again because I just love them for spring and I just had to mention it. So let's go ahead and let's get started with my picks for this year. And obviously there's going to be many fragrances that I'm going to be using this spring because I'm always trying out new fragrances. But these are just the ones that I picked as my top spring fragrances for this year because I've already kind of worn them or I've gotten to know them. So I definitely recommend them for springtime. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the first one I'm going to mention. I don't hear too many people talking about this fragrance, but if you want a clean fragrance that's a little shampoo-y, that's very bright, girly, it's perfect for running errands, for getting your nails done, for shopping, for grabbing some lunch. It's just a perfect everyday type of fragrance for spring, and it just is one of those fragrances that kind of picks you up and lifts your mood. And this is Tocca's Giulietta. That name is so hard for me to say, but this bottle is so beautiful. It's super heavy. The cap is really heavy, but this is just a beautiful scent for spring, super bright. It's almost cold. It's like a refreshing type of scent. And every time I wear this, I just feel squeaky clean. It just feels cool, super cooling and refreshing. And it just has like this garden type of smell, but like a very green and fresh type of feel to it. It's not overly floral. It's not too sweet. It's not too soapy, but it is leaning towards the clean side. It just smells like the best shampoo ever. Like, I love that type of shampoo smell or hair products type of smell, and this has that vibe to it. And I feel like every time I think about this one, it just screams spring to me. So if you do visit your Sephora anytime soon, go ahead and give this one a sniff and see what you think about it. But I don't hear too many people talk about this line, but it's just so beautiful. And I also want to get my hands on Simone, which is another one that I want for spring. That one I think has watermelon, super girly as well. And yeah, I definitely recommend this one for spring. The next one I'm going to be talking about is one that I reviewed and I gave you my thoughts on it. I've already been wearing this one since winter because I just fell in love with it, but I think that now for spring this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. And this is Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple 01. I think that this right here is just, if you're looking for a fragrance to get for spring, I think this is definitely one that I would for sure recommend as well. It's a blast of apple. Another one that's refreshing as well, but this one has a little bit more musk to it. It has a little bit more florals in the mid that kind of shine through as it dries down. But it's fruity as well. It has that shampoo vibe to it, super girly, fun. A lot of people say that it does remind them of a fragrance mist. I feel like it's a little bit more than that. I feel like it offers more, but it does give that vibe. I just feel like it's a little bit more grown, a little bit more just sophisticated. So you still smell fun and flirty, but you smell expensive at the same time. That's what I get with this one. And the apple note in this one is so beautiful. If you love apple, I get like a red juicy apple with this one. and it's just perfect for springtime. Next up, I'm going to recommend a Dolce & Gabbana Dolce fragrance. Last year, I recommended the original Dolce. I think that one is still absolutely beautiful. But this year, I'm going to go with the Dolce Rose. And this is the packaging. I have this one out on my tray for March, and I'm super excited to start using it. I get a lot of apple with this one as well. It's like a very dewy, almost wet type of fragrance, and you do get a little bit of rose in there, but it's not a crazy amount of rose. I think that a lot of people will find this scent really, really nice. I'm not sure if there's peach in here as well, but this one's definitely more on the fruity side. Super beautiful, bright, happy type of fragrance, and I think it's perfect for springtime. So this is another one that I think is super pretty. And many people might think that it's a rose fragrance just by looking at the name and the bottle, but give it a chance because it's definitely bright, uplifting. It's perfect for spring, girly. So, so good. Next up, I'm going to recommend Wonderland Peony from Floral Street. And here is the bottle for this one. And this one has so many yummy notes. This has guava, it has cotton candy. And this one, even though you're getting that guava note and you're getting cotton candy and you might think, oh, that's going to be too much of like a sweet overdose, there is woody notes in here, and there's cedar, there's vetiver. Those notes ground this fragrance out and just make it really, really nice and balanced, where you get sweet, you get fruity, but then you also get like this just woody base to it. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And it's also a fresh scent and something that you can wear every day during spring. Next up is a recent release, and this is the Burberry Her EDP. And you guys know that I have loved this since the minute that I got this. And I wish that I would have gotten a bigger bottle because this is just the 1 ounce bottle. But it's fine because with my collection size, I really don't need big bottles. This is a blast of pear. It's dewy, it's fresh. It's, again, one of those like uplifting spring fragrances. And this one, you do get a little bit of blackcurrant in there. It kind of peaks in some days more than others. I'm kind of getting it today. And then you have florals in the mid, and then it dries down as this musky, floral, fruity type of fragrance. Doesn't really remind me of the original Burberry Her. It has kind of like that musky, airy vibe to it, but it has this sweetness, and it doesn't have the strawberry or like that strawberry puff type of vibe that Burberry Her gives you. This one's definitely more towards the pear fruity side. So this is another one that I think is perfection for spring season. And that one lasts a super long time on my skin, and the projection is insane. I didn't expect this EDT to perform as good as it does. So not a lot of fragrances last on my skin, but this one stays for hours and hours. Next up, I'm going to be talking about this one, which is just so beautiful. This one's a little bit more classy, ladylike, still super pretty. And this is Givenchy's Irresistible, and this is the EDP. This one, I have a lot of fragrances right now that have rose in them, but they are not heavy roses. They're just very pretty. This one's so good. This one's very musky, and I just get so much fruit in the opening. This one's also another one that has pear. It is so, so good. So this one kind of, I would say that this one is similar to the Burberry Her EDT, but this one gives you more of a powdery touch with the iris that's in here. It's so beautiful. It's musky. It has like the sweetness, but I know that the sweetness is pretty much those florals and the pear and everything just make it very girly. It's not too strong. The florals are not too strong at all. I get more of that pear. It's just such a beautiful fragrance. Fruity, very classy to me. This is definitely a classy put together type of fragrance. I feel like this would work pretty much anywhere. But for some reason, I really liked the vibe that it gives for springtime. It's really happy, really pretty. You can wear this anywhere. My husband absolutely loves this one, so I need to start using this one again, because when I did wear this one, he gave me lots of compliments. So yeah, this is a really, really good one. This one is one of the ones that I included in my spring fragrances from last year, but I had to put it again because I missed it and I can't wait to start wearing it, and I definitely recommend this one for springtime. And this is Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I have this one on my tray for March, and this one is another, I didn't realize how many fragrances I picked for spring that have rose in them, because I'm not even a rose lover like that. But yeah, these roses are just wearable rose. I get more of the peachy apricot fruitiness in this one. It opens up with mandarin, but this one has peony in it and it has rose. So the florals in here are a little bit more sharp than on the other ones. The ones that I mentioned previously, I feel like the fruity notes are more present. In this one, I do get a little bit more of that rose and the peony being a little bit stronger. But this one's just so pretty. This is a very pretty fragrance. Only thing I wish was that it lasted a little bit longer. But it just makes me feel super girly and super just pretty for springtime. So this is another one that I will recommend for spring pretty much all the time. So this next one is one that was also in my video last year, and this one to me is a little underrated. I don't really hear people talking about this one either, and it is gorgeous. This is Coach Floral Blush. It is the only one from this line that I actually enjoy. The floral one has a pineapple note that I really, really liked, but there was something in that one that kind of made me nauseous and gave me a headache. So I did have to declutter that one. But this one is very fresh to me. It's so good. There's grapefruit in here. There's goji berries, peony peach. So very similar to Blooming Bouquet, but this one is just so beautiful. It's magical to me. That woody base in it just makes it more grown for me. And I definitely enjoy the grapefruit in here. The grapefruit on my skin is like super, super loud. So when I put it on the test strip, I don't pick up as much of the grapefruit, but on my skin, it's pretty much just shining. It is such a beautiful fragrance, and that grapefruit note just gives you like this very juicy but tart kind of bite to it. It feels so realistic, and like the goji berries to me, it's like if they still have the leaves on them. It just smells very natural, it's just so beautiful. This is one that I also would recommend over and over for people to go smell it. I don't know if you can smell a tester for this one, like at Ulta or Sephora, I'm not too sure. But this one's just so, so beautiful. And it's that type of floral that doesn't give me a headache. It doesn't make me nauseous. It's fresh, it's pretty, a little bit of wood in it, gorgeous. Next up, I'm going to recommend the Marc Jacobs Daisy Love Skies. And this one is a recent release for them. It's a new flanker. I loved the notes in this one so, so much because this one has salt in it. It has cloudberry, it has raspberry, there's whipped cream, daisy, and then it has moss in the base. So it's just the perfect combination of creamy, sweet, a little bit of salt. It's a lot of things wrapped up in one, but ultimately you're going to get just this girly, really, really pretty fragrance that's perfect for springtime. Oh, I love this one so much. And it also has like this woody touch to it. I was wearing this one so much last month. I picked it up, I would say 5 or 6 times. Every time that I was going over family members' house or I was gonna go out or something, I just kind of gravitated towards this one because it's just such an easy wear. And the longevity is not the best, but I did mention in my favorites that it did last on my clothes a really long time. So if you spray your clothes, this one to me is just so intoxicating. It's beautiful. The combination of the salt and the fruit and that whipped cream, they did it with this one. It's soft, it's gentle, but then it still makes like a statement at the same time. So beautiful. I love this one so much. This last one is probably the most rose you're going to get out of all the ones that I mentioned, but I think that for spring, this is just beautiful. And this is Mugler Angel Nova EDT. And here is the beautiful bottle. Now you guys know that I reviewed the EDP version and that one did not work out for me. So when this one was released, I was really excited because I just couldn't do the base of the EDP, but I really enjoyed the opening of the EDP version. So you're pretty much getting the same thing with this one. You're getting this, the lychee in the opening is a little bit tart, a little bit almost sour, but not in a way that I don't like, because there's other fragrances, for example, Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. That type of sour was so almost nauseating to me. I did not enjoy that one. This one has that sour vibe to it, but then it also has that nice floral rose sweet touch to it. So it becomes super feminine at the same time. And then since you don't have that super strong base in this one, you just have musk and Virginia cedar, it just turns into a very soft musky dry down, but that rose lasts a long time. So if you don't like rose, I would not recommend this one. But if you want a fruity, just juicy rose type of fragrance, I would definitely recommend this one to you guys. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Those were my top 10 fragrances for spring of 2022. I would love to hear what are your favorite fragrances for the spring season. I love when you guys share with me the fragrances that you are enjoying. Sometimes there's some that I didn't even know about, so I learned a lot from you guys as well. Comment down below if you enjoy these, if you don't enjoy them. Let's go ahead and let's talk about them. I love the comment section of fragrance videos because it's pretty much reviews. So you're hearing my thoughts on fragrances, but then you get to also read others' opinions on the fragrances. So that's always very fun and helpful. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you guys in my next video.